The Haunted Echo. Unpacking the Fate of Ophelia in Taylor Swift's lyrics. Taylor Swift, ever the literary alchemist, frequently weaves intricate narratives and classical allusions into her songwriting. While no song is explicitly titled, The Fate of Ophelia, the tragic Shakespearean character of Ophelia from Hamlet, a young woman driven to madness and death by betrayal, lost love, and societal pressures, resonates deeply within several of Swift's most poignant lyrics and thematic explorations. Ophelia's story is one of vulnerability, shattered innocence, and ultimate despair. When we look at Taylor Swift's canon through this lens, we find echoes of Ophelia's sorrow, particularly in songs dealing with gaslighting, heartbreak, and the oppressive weight of public opinion. The seed of madness. Gaslighting and betrayal. Ophelia's descent into madness is largely spurred by Hamlet's cruel rejection and the manipulation she endures. This theme of being gaslighted and betrayed by a loved one is a recurring motif in Swift's work, particularly in her more vengeful or heartbroken tracks. Consider the unsettling confusion in Gaslight. From Lover demos, though not officially released, the title itself speaks volumes. The feeling of being told your reality is wrong, of having your sanity questioned by someone you trust, is a direct parallel to Ophelia's experience. Even in released tracks like Afterglow, where she takes responsibility for a fight but the underlying fragility of the relationship is clear, or the cutting lines in Dear John, where she sings, You paint me a blue sky and go back and turn it to rain. This line captures the essence of betrayal that can shatter a person's perception of love and truth, much like Ophelia's world crumbles around her. The sense of being misled, of promises turning to ash, is a fertile ground for the kind of despair that consumes Ophelia. Drowning in despair. Lost love and public scrutiny. Ophelia's famous drowning scene, often depicted surrounded by flowers, is a tragic symbol of a beautiful life extinguished by overwhelming sorrow. This imagery of being overwhelmed, of feeling like you're metaphorically, or almost literally, drowning, appears in Swift's lyrics when she tackles intense heartbreak and public scrutiny. In Clean, Swift sings of emerging from a metaphorical flood. When I was drowning, that's when I could finally breathe. While Clean is ultimately about healing and survival, the imagery of drowning perfectly encapsulates the suffocating feeling Ophelia must have experienced. It speaks to a moment of complete surrender to overwhelming sadness. Furthermore, Ophelia's plight isn't just about Hamlet, it's about being a woman in a court rife with political intrigue and societal expectations. This mirrors Swift's own experiences with intense public scrutiny and the media circus surrounding her relationships and life. In The Lucky One, Swift reflects on the claustrophobia of fame. It was a tiny little island, fresh off the plane. You were the lucky one, but if you never bleed, you're never gonna grow. This alludes to the pressures that can isolate and break individuals, much like the isolating forces that contributed to Ophelia's breakdown. The tiny little island can become a prison, where external pressures slowly chip away at one's sense of self. A modern Ophelia. The fight for agency. While Ophelia's fate is one of tragic victimhood, Taylor Swift's lyrics often show a fight against such a destiny. She acknowledges the pain and the forces that threaten to consume her, but frequently finds a way to reclaim agency. In Mad Woman, she confronts the narrative of female hysteria, a narrative that easily could have been applied to Ophelia. Every time you call me crazy, I get more crazy, what about that? This is a powerful refusal to be defined by the very madness that consumed Ophelia. Swift's Mad Woman is angry, defiant, and uses her pain as fuel, rather than letting it drown her. The haunting echoes remain. Ultimately, the fate of Ophelia in Taylor Swift's lyrics isn't a direct retelling, but rather a profound exploration of the emotional landscape that leads to such a tragic end. It's in the songs of betrayal, gaslighting, overwhelming heartbreak, and suffocating public pressure that we hear Ophelia's echoes. Taylor Swift reminds us that while some historical figures succumb to these forces, her narrative, and hopefully ours, can be one of resilience. She acknowledges the darkness, the feeling of drowning, but strives for the clean breath on the other side. The tragic beauty of Ophelia's story serves as a powerful undercurrent, reminding us of the fragility of the human spirit when confronted with a world that seeks to break it.